Hello everyone, welcome back to Planet Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Today, we're going to be talking about more horror reviews in celebration of Halloween with Child's Play. Child's Play was released in 1988 and it stars Catherine Hicks, Chris Sarandon, Alex Vincent, Brad Dourif, and Ed Gale. It was directed by Tom Holland, not Spider-Man, and it was produced by Barry M. Osborne. And this movie tells the story of this struggling single mother. Her husband has passed away, and it's just her and her son living in this apartment. And she's struggling to pull in finances, and it's her son's birthday, and she wants to get him some, she wants to do good for her son on his birthday. But she can't afford this one specific toy that he really wants, which is a Good Guy doll. Now, Good Guy is this cartoon that he really likes to watch, and there's this toy of this doll from the show that's selling for $100. Well, she doesn't have the $100 for this doll, so she ends up buying one of them from a peddler who sells it to her for $30, and she gives it to her son. They later come to find out that this doll is possessed by a serial killer. And this doll is seeking revenge against the people who forced him to become a doll, and trying to find a way to get back into a human body. And all the while he's terrorizing, this mother and her son. Man, really on my lip. Okay, I got it. A lot of people think this movie's okay. A lot of people really like it. A lot of people really don't like it. It has very mixed reviews. It has a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, which is very mixed. Personally, I love this movie. I'm not the biggest horror fan in the world. If y'all follow my channel, y'all know I'm not the biggest horror fan. I prefer like almost every other genre over it. But I really love Child's Play. I'll just get into my pros with it first. So the opening scene is this really good action scene. It's this big shootout, a cop chasing a bad guy around. It's really good. The puppeteering in this movie is really good too. This movie holds up so well. The puppeteering for Chucky is just great. And sometimes they use a stunt double who's dressed up like Chucky in some of the shots. And this movie just holds up so well. It holds up so well. There isn't a single shot in this movie where I think, that looks cheesy. I think this movie really does hold up. It's aged very well. And one of the things I love about this is that they don't overuse that old gimmick where the doll's like looking and then the eyes move to the side, or moves the head and it looks. It doesn't overuse that. As a matter of fact, I think they only do that twice in the movie. There was a movie that I reviewed before on this channel. It's called Dead Silence, and it's about like these possessed dolls. And the movie, even though I like the movie, it severely overuses that gimmick. Well, this movie understands the horror in simplicity. And instead of opting to show the eyes moving or the head quickly moving, what they do is they just show you his blank, regular face. The doll's regular face. They show that to you, and showing you that, just a close-up of that doll's face, nothing interesting there, just the doll's regular face, because you know that doll's possessed. And just showing you that is horror in itself, and they understand that with this movie. And it's actually scarier that way. The suspense is good. The action is good. It's got some cool deaths in it as well that are, if you're into seeing like people die in movies, because some people are into that, I think you'll be satisfied. The acting is surprisingly pretty good too, especially by the lead, Catherine Hicks. She did a really, really good job in this film. There's some eerie and suspenseful music in this movie. The music's good. One of the things I like is that sometimes when Chucky's moving, they'll show it to you from first-person view, and it doesn't just have him walking or running. They'll actually add in him breathing to it, and I think that makes it a little bit more creepy. One of the best scenes in this movie is between Chucky and this man named John Bishop. He goes back to this man who showed him originally how to become this doll. And the conversation that they have, I think, is a really, really good confrontation scene. I really like it. And I also like Chucky's knife. Chucky's got a cool knife. I like his knife. I'd like to have my own of that knife. I think it's a good knife. And one of the things I like about this is that there are a couple things in this movie that would never happen today. Like, so at the bottom of the good guy doll's shoes, there's a bunch of tools. It's like hammers and screwdrivers and things like that. And one of the things on it is a revolver. And you would never see that in a movie today because parents would be outraged. But back then, you could do that because back then that was normal. And I like that about that. You know, I wish that was normal today, but it's not. I do have a few cons with this. So my first con is that the opening credits, like when a movie's starting and they'll show you credits like on the screen while the movie's going, they do that during this opening action scene, and I really feel like they should have waited until after that scene was over, to where after the scene was over and everything dies down and they're sort of introducing you to the characters. That's when they should have shown this opening credits on the screen. There's also a couple of plot holes in it, like somehow Bishop knows that Andy is a boy. Like, when he gets visited by Catherine Hicks' character, he says, the boy, even though Chucky had only referred to him as the kid. So, that was a plot hole. And then, there is another plot hole that I'd like to point out, but I'm going to save it for after my rating because it's a spoiler. But overall, I am going to give Child's Play a 90. 90 out of 100. This is a really good movie. Okay, so I'm going to do my outro real quick, and then I'll, maybe I should just give the spoiler first. And this movie's been out since the 80s, we might as well. Okay, so this is a spoiler. If you want to miss this, you can skip like 20 seconds into the video. But somehow Mike knows that Chucky was blown to pieces at the end of this movie. He's like, yeah, he's out in the hall when he's blown to pieces, but that doesn't make any sense because he was sitting on the floor in the other room, so how would he know that? Yeah, so it's got a couple of plot holes in it, but it's a really good movie. Really good movie. I think it's really underrated. I love Child's Play. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Potty Planner Entertainment for more, and hit the like button. Leave movie review suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Potty Planner Entertainment for channel updates, and much love. That's not where I left you.